Hello, my little munchkins, cones, and sunflowers. I'm back. But with no further ado, I wanted to do a reading on Tamar. It seemed like she's going through a rough time. She's saying her family is the problem. She's upset about her marriage, that we found out that her and JR was married. They was married for a short time. I heard somewhere where somebody said that they had filed for divorce and whatever. But right now, I really want to see what's going on with Tamar Braxton. I just want to do a quick reading on her. She's on my mind. I'm just so sad to see that all of this is happening after the show. We've only seen one episode, and it done turned on the course of hell. And she's already regretting why she went back to the show. Again, I see nothing but friction and war. I see her looking back though. Maybe that's her problem. Maybe she was out. She should have stayed out. She's looking back at them, but they're not looking back at her. It's like what I see is with her family. I see two. I see it's a three of them. It's three. Two is one is further gone away from her, while the other one is gone away from her. Let me show you. If you see here, the one in the farther back is gone further away, meaning I've been gone. I came back for you, but I'm gone. And the one here is closer, as if to say, this has got to stop. I don't know if this one is given up altogether, but this one is definitely walked away. As they walk away, defeated, like gave up, like they throw their swords down, like I can't win. This is just what I see in the cards. And I see her with two swords in her hand saying, I won, but yet have you, because you're looking back at them and they're not looking at you. It seems like some kind of form of defeat. Again, here it is, again, a dashing. You're looking at them with anger. You're looking at them with resentment. With anger and resentment. You see it, right? So even though they're gone, you're still not done. You're still ready to just lash them with your tongue. You're still ready to just go in. You're still ready. This is your heart. Your heart is raging. You're angry, Tamar. You're still angry at these two. You're angry at these two. It's two of you. It's three of you all together. I don't know who the two, but I see two of a person. I don't know who the two is. I don't know if it's two sisters or is it your mother, but I know it's two. But this is where you're angry and you're still on fire. And this is why you're ranting over the internet and exposing. Over your head, I definitely see that this has something to do with business. It has something to do with money. It has something to do with the way that they do things and how comfortable they are. And you're not comfortable with their comfortability. And I definitely see that you have an issue with it. You have an issue with the way that they are running things or the way that they are maintaining the business. You have an issue with it. And the reason why I say a business, because I see the 9 of Pentacles. And Pentacles deal with finances. It deals with anything on a material level. And the only thing that I could see, I don't think you're swapping husbands or boyfriends. So it would be business. Why? Because the show has just started and now the gates of hell has broken out and you're the one who letting us know it. On your right hand, again, I see that you all need to come together. You don't want to conform. You don't want to conform to their ways. I could hear you saying, I should have never went back. I shouldn't have, because you don't want to conform. You're against conforming. You love them, but you don't want to do it their way. You want to be hidden and in charge. And my mind is saying they don't respect you like that. They don't want you there. They don't need you there. They don't need you. They want you. The show needs you, but they don't need you. Yes, And again, I see the emperor. So what do I see? I see it as a problem, the hardness of heart, the different ways you all look at anything. It's like it's no give, it's no take. It's like just anger, resentment, hardness, wanting to be the ruler of rulers. And you can't. You can't. I see that there has to be a bending somewhere. And the problem I see is that you all don't know how to work together. No man is an island and no man stands alone. Everybody got to come in unison and work together. There is no big eyes anymore. We're one. There is no, Tony gonna stand out. We're all one in this. We're all big in this. We all make the show what it is. It is not one major character. And until they can all get into the oneness of mind and the oneness of heart and the oneness of sisterhood and familyhood, they're going to struggle. And it just seems to me that since this is a read on Tamar and this is what's showing up, it seems to me that Tamar is being the hard one and don't want to conform to the rules, who wants to change them. And they're not having it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What would you like to ask?
Yes, my question is...
Was that good?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Just reading the cards.
The best way I can phrase it is, does Tamar love her family?
Yes, she has the best of times with her family. Oh my God, yes, love being with her family. But it's grief. It's the sadness of it. It's like, yes, she misses the fun. Yes, she even loved working with them and making money with them and partying. Well, she loves it. But the grief, it seems like the past and the present gets a little blurred. The past and the present, and it seems like it's hard to maneuver, and it sends her into a spiraling of depression. Yes, and when she gets depressed in an arrogant way. Everybody shows depression differently. Hers is become self-loathing, not self-loathing, but she begins to loathe on the family. She begins to feel superior or superior. I've earned my right. Grandiose ideas, feeling like everybody is against her. Help me, baby Crone. Feeling like
isolated.
Like what I've done and what I bring don't mean anything. She starts feeling all of those negative feelings because this is a card with someone who has a lot of emotions, but they have a lot of accolades and they bring a lot to the table, but yet they sit there with their arms crossed as if you can't tell them anything, or you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or something to that effect. Even though you sit there with your red hat and we know you make it, you still have issues because your freak flag is showing. And then you need us just as we need you. It's not no one-man show. No one, we got to work together. And here you see again, it's just friction. Friction. When I see the emperor, friction. Why? Because he rules an empire. When I see the Hierophant, what do I see? Friction. Because I see someone who's having a hard time to conform. It's a spiritual thing. But you're having a hard time getting along. Getting along. And it's showing up in a mundane way in your lives. And yet, she loves us. They have a ball together. They love being with each other, but the grief sets in, and when the grief sets in for Tamar, her depression comes out loud, boisterous, y'all picking on me. It comes out in that way. I hope that I make sense. Mm-hmm. Did that help answer?
Yes.
Do you have another question?
Yes, my next question is, how is Tamar's, relationship with her family?
How is Tamar's relationship with her family now? Well, we definitely see judgment. We definitely see she ain't ready. We definitely see finances and not satisfied with the way things are running. And we definitely see somebody want to leave. So altogether, I see judgment. And when I see judgment, judgment is a card to say it's time to put the past behind you and it's time to move forward. It's time to make your peace. Get out of that crossroad and make peace with it. And come together. And even though that's being handed to her, let's get together. Let's make peace. It ain't much, but let's just try. And if she's not willing to take it, it's nothing you can do. And she can take her talents and her wares and say, you know what? I ain't want to put in here. I'm done, and move on. Or appear, because this horse isn't moving. So it appears like I'm moving on. It could just be somebody just talking, threatening. Because the show has already been filmed.
Yes.
So this could be for another round too. We have no idea what this is entailing, right? We don't even know how long it's going to be. But we know whatever this is a new saga, and it happened after the showing of this.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Yes.
All right. You have another question?
Yes, my next question is,
how's you liking the reading?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
How's Tamar and JR's relationship?
I was hoping you asked. I thought she never asked. I see a burden, but a burden towards home. Like a burden, like it's a burden, but it's like she wants to, like, come home. Like she want her family. Like a burden. Because in the distance, he pushing this burden, these ideas and all these thoughts and feelings and emotions and dreams and aspirations. He's pushing that, and he's pushing it to a house that's afar off. So, yet, she needs him to come towards her. So what I see is this and this.
Yes.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see?
That the knight is, I guess, going towards the burden.
So it could be where they are trying to, I don't know, because they done said that they are divorced. That's what I heard. Is it filed? I don't know. But it seems like because of the burden of it, it seems like he might come to her rescue. To see that she's depressed like this and seeking that she need help, he might come in to her rescue. Or, let's see, I was wondering, or it could be a family member. But that's what I was wondering, would it be another person show up? So there is another person or a very strong person that is saying, I'm not moved by this. I'm not jumping over hoops. I'm not doing it. In the middle, there is someone that's dashing towards her. But there is someone on the outer skirts says, I'm not moving. I'm not running towards it. I'm sick of it. And whoever it is whoever she was fighting. So they're done. They don't care. It's like, I don't care. Can I say it the way? I don't care what she does anymore. I'm sick of it. I got my own burdens. I got my own problems. I'm done. I don't care. The same old thing again. I'm done. So, she got issues. You can go. I'm not. I'm done. And this is somebody on the outside that's saying, I hear what's going on, but I don't care. I don't want to get involved. And this is the right move for this person, because this is what showed up. Mm-hmm. This person said, I'm not going to be pulled in a drama with her. I'm not. This is somebody that doesn't want to be pulled in a drama. So you may say, why? Because it is Tamar carrying the burdens, pushing the burdens. It is someone coming to her with the knife. They coming to dashing to her for a rescue because they see what she's going through. Here on the outskirt of that, you have somebody that says, I'm not bothered. And it is the swords, which she's been battling. And they're like, I'm not going to be moved by it. And because of that, they separated themselves. They're separated from her. They don't want to deal with her. They don't. And they're separated from her. Could that be JR? It could be, because whoever this person is saying, I'm about my mental. I got to get she exhausts me. I can't deal with her.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I see.
Yeah.
I see her, and I see this is on the outside. Like, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I gotta protect my mental. I gotta protect my mental. And whoever it is, but in the middle, there is someone that is coming to her rescue. Could that be JR? Or could it be a family member? Or have JR checked out?
That's a good question.
Have JR checked out and said, I'm done?
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. Could that be JR? Should we ask?
Yes, we should.
So is that JR? Have JR checked out, or JR is going to come dashing in? We'll know by the cards that come out. We see the Hermit. We see the closed off.
I think we already got our answer.
We see the Lovers. And we see the Lovers.
Oh no, that's interesting.
That's interesting. You want to try?
At first I thought he had closed himself off and wandered off, but then the Lovers showed up
and this is just everything we're saying is we're just reading cards.
Yes.
It threw you for a loop, didn't it?
Yeah, to show that he might come back and rekindle and come for who he loves, which is to support Tamar as
His
she
wife.
goes through this.
His wife or ex-wife. Here, I like that. Here, what I see the Hermit. What do you mean? That's somebody who just have to separate themselves from her. So this is him. He had to separate himself from her. She absorbs his energy, and I'm sure he does the same with her, because they're not compatible, but they're not over. He's not over. He say he over, and he sit there with his arms crossed and like saying, I'm not going to give in, I'm not going to give in. But there is some kind of love that those two share. It is something between them that they just seem like they can't let go of each other. So no matter what he say, the cards are saying, in the end, he's going to find a way to get to her. He's going to find a way to talk to her, and they're going to find their way, because she still loves him and he loves her. But until he understands that she's alpha female, she's strong, he doesn't like that about her.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't like it, challenges him. He doesn't like to be challenged. Many men don't. He's an alpha male, and he feels humiliated by her. So it's like, why would I want to be with somebody who humiliates me and make me feel less than a man? That's what alpha females do. Alpha females make men feel inadequate, and they can make them feel less than a man. And it's not that they are wrong. They could be wrong and they could be right. But it's always the deliverance or the impatience of it. Or not delicate, but like clumsy and like an oaf and trip and say things that you shouldn't say and say them in a wrong way. And it turns off the mate. And yes, that person may love you, but they frighten of you. What? Because you bring out the negativity in them. But this is what alpha females do. And it's not that you're wrong, you're just not right. You're not fitting into the man. You want a strong man. You want a man that's strong. But when you get a strong man, he's not right. You want to come in. You got to let a man be a man. And you struggle with it. You struggle. I hope I'm making sense.
They do.
You struggle with this. But you say you want a man. But you get a man, but you can't humble because you don't agree. And you shouldn't agree. If you don't agree, why be a hypocrite? But just know that when you get most of those, he's not the one for you. And if you want to be with this person, you're going to have to humble yourself. And if the man want to be with this person, you're going to have to come to a medium where you can figure out the deception and deal with the truth of the matter. So you can forgive and heal. This is the relationship that needs healing and forgiveness, because there are some things that then happen in this relationship that they find hard to forgive. This is a relationship where you find that they hold on to things in the past. I'm so surprised that the chariot didn't show up. No, see, they cling to the past. You understand? And so when Tamar gets overwhelmed and she takes it out on those she loves. They become the problem. So, but she's getting help for that. She may not see it, and what do I know? I'm just an old card reader. You know, that's what I said. But what I do see that there is a love with them. That they are compatible in their own way. There is a love that they have for each other. It is clear. But they need a healing. My mind saying they need sexual healing. That's only because of a song that went in my mind. But when I think about the song about sexual healing, it's more about healing what is broken so we can be sexual.
Oh.
You understand? So when I hear sexual healing, it's like so we can be united and sexual again. We got to heal what is broken that keeping us away from the thing that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're letting everything come in the way of your intimacy. And that's what y'all love about each other. But all the other stuff come in the middle of it. You have to be able to forgive the past. And you got to be able to not threaten the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all need healing. This needs healing. And it needs submission, where y'all both have to need to humble yourselves. And recognize male and female and your roles. And start there. You have another question?
You know what? Honestly, I do not think I have any
I don't
questions.
either. I hope that I made that make sense.
Yeah,
with
we
them.
talked about her family and her relationship with JR.
I just really feel as though her and JR, they do love each other. The lovers showed up, but they have a problem with communication. And she's alpha female, and he's an alpha male, but he likes to show it. He is more on a timid side. He's masculine, but he shows it more in a timid way. And so when the public go and make fun of him, he feel emasculated. And she knows that. I think that when she did the interview and knowing that maybe he wanted her to get up and say, if you're going to keep doing it, I'm not going to do the interview. I think he wanted her to be more aggressive. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know, but for whatever reason, that's what's playing back in my mind. That situation did not help. It exacerbated the situation. It didn't help. And I think the show and the money and all of this, and Tamar's credit, all of this, she doesn't have very good credit at all. So that is bad. She's working out with IRS, from what I understand. And it seems like not only her, but her sisters too are struggling, a couple of her sisters. Mm-hmm. I don't know about Tony. I don't know, but could be. But I do know Tamar and Trina has been struggling. Yes. I do know that. Tawanda paid hers off, so she's in good stead. I don't know about Tony, mm-hmm. but these sisters really could use this job. They really can. And
they're definitely promoting
they out there promoting it. They're doing a good job. But whatever's happening now is probably the tail end of what happened because that's been filmed. So what's happening now is a new thing. And it could be just getting it ready for the next season,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
we hope. But let's see what happened with this one, because this one definitely has to deal with her sister death.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading.
Yes, I
And
most
I
definitely
hope
did.
that Tamar find her peace. And there is a love between her and
JR.
JR. And I hope that they do find their way back, because we don't want their marriages to end, do we?
No.
No, they just got married. So let's just wish for the best. Prayers going up for Tamar and her mental. And I hope that her husband or her ex-husband show up for her and be there for her, especially if he know that she's alone in this. So with that being said,
Yes.
I send her some kind of peace. You understand? That she can find peace with her family and make peace most of all with herself.
Yes.
If you looked at us this far, please thumb us up. If you haven't subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And guess what? I do personal readings. You won't be disappointed. So make an appointment and I'll read for you. You know we love you, yes? Sunflowers.